If working hard by itself made people wealthy, then the hardest working people on earth would be the richest people on earth. But reality tells a different story. In today's world, there are countless people who work non-stop, and yet they remain financially stuck. So a fundamental question arises: where is the real problem? Have we misunderstood the core principle? What secret lies behind creating wealth? Everywhere you look, someone claims they found the path to wealth. One person with mind techniques, another with complex investment formulas, and another with this simple sentence: just work harder. But among all these different and confusing recommendations, the real question is this: which path and which claim can we trust? Is there truly a gold standard formula, one that works for everyone, regardless of circumstances or situation? A clear, simple, and understandable rule to determine whether a financial path is right or wrong? Hi, my name is Saeed. I know exactly how painful it feels to struggle with money because I lived through it for a long time. But everything changed when I discovered the real factors behind wealth. As a result, I went from having absolute zero income to multiplying it several times over, entirely on my own without any outside help. So let someone who has actually been through it show you how it really works. You see, all the rules of wealth can be viewed through a single lens, a simple yet incredibly powerful formula. This formula is made of two vital phases. Phase 1 is a wealth-building mindset, meaning the right beliefs, a perspective aligned with wealth and positive inner potential. Phase 2 is aligned action, meaning turning that inner potential into action, output, and results in the outer world. Here is the key point. Pay close attention. Wealth is born exactly at the intersection of these two phases. Outside of this intersection, either there is no wealth at all, or if there is, it is shallow and unstable. Do you think you've understood it? No, you haven't. Because the depth of this formula goes far beyond what it appears to be on the surface. But don't worry, it will become clearer. Now let's examine the first common mistake and see why people fail to achieve wealth. Group 1. The hard-working poor. Imagine someone who works extremely hard but has a mindset full of fear, hopelessness, and a deep sense of unworthiness. They work hard, but deep inside, they don't believe they deserve wealth. What happens as a result? Not because of laziness, but because of the wrong direction, they either fail to see results, or even if they earn money, that money brings no real power or satisfaction. Why? Because success is not just about motion, it's about direction. Effort without the right mindset is like trying to write something while looking the other way. Your hand moves, energy is spent, but because you can't see what you're doing, the result is nothing but scribbles. If your attention is on fear, poverty, or anything not aligned with the essence of wealth, then even with massive effort, you are moving away from what you want. The laws of wealth do not care about effort alone. The universe does not feel sorry for misdirected action, and money does not arrive as a reward for a struggle without alignment. Unfortunately, many people spend their entire lives working hard for money, without realizing that the first place they must work on is their own mind and beliefs. But this is still not the whole story, because the next mistake belongs to the second group. Group 2, the poor positive thinkers. They have a positive mindset. They believe they are worthy, and they are full of beautiful ideas. But they don't take action, or their actions are weak and inconsistent. In this case, wealth is not created either, because even the best seeds, if not watered and cared for, die in dry soil. Great ideas without discipline, follow-through, and sufficient action never turn into cash. Here the vision is correct, but the hand doesn't move. And what is never written can never exist. So the formula is completely clear. Effort without the right mindset equals wasted effort. The right mindset without action or with insufficient action equals potential that never becomes a product. So, how do we actually start building wealth? The answer is alignment, harmony. Your mind and your actions aligned with wealth. First, your inner world must begin to resemble the nature of wealth itself. Then, while maintaining this inner state, I repeat, while maintaining a positive mental state, you take aligned actions. The longer you maintain this harmony, the more wealth you gain exponentially. My dear friend, this is the science of wealth, not wishful thinking. Anyone, and I emphasize again, anyone who enters this alignment will attract the flow of wealth toward themselves. Maybe this question is in your mind right now. If the formula is this simple, why do most people remain poor? There are two main reasons. First, they believe the path to wealth must be complicated and difficult, so they get lost or exhausted in a maze of methods and techniques. Second, they don't take this simple formula seriously enough to implement it correctly and consistently, and naturally, they see no results. If you don't believe that real wealth comes from this formula, I invite you to prove me wrong. Find just one person who entered and remained on the path of wealth with a negative mindset or without action. Temporary success does not count. What matters is staying on the path of wealth creation. You won't find such a person. And that, by itself, is proof of the validity of the principle we've been discussing. Still, I don't want to make this path look too simple or easy, because this was only one piece of the puzzle. In the next parts, we will explore deeper pieces and examine precisely what makes the mind negative and why some people freeze when it's time to take action. I want you to know that through my studies and experience, I've learned that becoming wealthy does not require waiting for a miracle. By understanding the psychology of wealth and applying its laws correctly, our inner engine becomes finely tuned, allowing us to move through natural paths toward abundance. The laws of wealth do not care about effort alone. Because success is not just about motion, it's about direction. While maintaining a positive mental state, you take aligned actions. Please comment and share what you believe has been the main reason you haven't reached abundance yet, or why it has been difficult. Was it a negative mindset or a lack of aligned action? Also remember the periods when money flowed into your life. You'll likely notice it happened when these two factors were aligned. Write about that as well, to reconnect with your own power and inspire others along the way.